It's a common misconception that the use of drugs and alcohol does not have an impact on your life. But I'm here to tell you that that is not true. They have the potential to turn your world upside down and send you into a constant spiral. In 2013, our town took part in the BHS survey. The results were alarming. 35.6% of students reported using alcohol within the past 30 days. This is higher per person than any other town in our state. What's even more alarming is that our school average is higher than the state average. And as you can see from this, our state has the highest rate of alcohol use in the country. Essentially, this means that per person, our school has a higher rate of use than most towns in the country. From 2011 to 2013, from that same survey, there was a 6% increase in alcohol use. Imagine this pattern in a decade if it continued. What would our school look like? The environment that Bow High School creates is one where students believe that drug and alcohol use is acceptable on a frequent basis. Only 27% of students believe that binge drinking is harmful. Binge drinking is the consumption of 5 or more drinks within a period of time that will bring your blood alcohol level above the legal limit. The legal limit for teenagers, which is all the students in this school, is 0.02, and for adults it's 0.08. Also, only 21% of students in the school believe that regular marijuana use can be harmful. These beliefs are leading our school down the wrong path. As a teen, I can understand and I can empathize with you. We live in the moment. We don't think about the long-term effects that could potentially change our lives forever. This thought process creates an environment of just this one time. Addiction won't happen to me, and I'm just going to enjoy life while I'm young. Adolescents' brains are wired to repeat healthy activities like eating, sleeping, and drinking water. When your brain is programmed to repeat these things, they're stimulating the reward circuit, which is usually stimulated for necessary things, like I said, eating, drinking, or sleeping. When your brain takes part and recognizes that an activity feels good, it then changes from occasional use to a needed habit. This is called addiction. Drugs are chemicals, and this is something that we all need to understand. When someone uses these substances through smoking, drinking, injecting, inhaling, or eating, they tap into the brain's communication system, and that changes how nerves receive and process information. When these nerve signals change, it takes ordinary activities such as eating and sleeping and puts them in the back seat. And your new focus is on getting your next fix. When's the next time you'll get high? A common motive for first-time substance abuse is peer pressure. Peer pressure is when a member of a social group influences an individual into doing something that they generally would not take part in. Our generation is the first generation with more than one form of peer pressure. The most typical form that has been around since the beginning of time is face-to-face peer pressure. That's when you're able to see the activity taking place, hear the person urging you to take part in it, and potentially even cave to the pressure. This new method is called digital peer pressure. It can be from watching a movie where they're using drugs, or listening to a song that references use, or even encourages it. Whether you know it or not, when you're listening to these types of media, you're being influenced to participate. Even TV shows show drinking and drugs in a positive light. I'm sure we've all seen or heard of Jersey Shore. When I was in 8th grade, this is when I was first exposed to this show. The way that they portray it is attractive people getting drunk and enjoying it. The way that the media portrays it is as an innocent activity with little to no consequences, because that's what the media thinks that we want to see. We don't want to see the negatives. We want to see people having fun. Your friends may post on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook photos of them using substances or at parties. You might think that that's harmless because you're not there, you're not participating in it, but that's not right. Seeing these actions increase the likelihood of participation exponentially. A 2012 survey shows how digital peer pressure is having more of an effect on kids than ever before. 45% of respondents said they've seen pictures on Facebook or other sites of their peers drinking or using drugs. Entering Bow High School, it seemed innocent, but reality changes quickly for those who don't know the potential consequences. It's just down the road from Bow Middle School, but really, this is a whole new world. The chances you have to abuse substances grows exponentially, and I, for one, know this firsthand. Before entering the middle school, I'd seen abuse, but I'd never participated in it. But now that I was surrounded by others who participated in things that I had once only thought of, curiosity and the availability created the jump from thinking to using. Once I began experimenting, I became used to the social situation. It slowly became normal. As the peers around me, as their use increased, so did mine in direct proportion. When you're surrounded by peers doing these same things as you, it makes it seem like you're just in the normal. There's nothing wrong with it. And when you reach that point, it's difficult to figure out what is right or wrong. This is the point in my life where I made a big mistake. My substance use, it came into the school, and I missed the biggest game of my career. High school students' stress levels is not only alarming, but it's higher than ever before. The average high school kid today has the same level of anxiety as the average psychiatric patient in the early 1950s. We are getting more anxious every decade. As teenagers, we are not equipped to deal with these high levels of stress. Without these tools, we go to substance use to try to alleviate this weight. It is alarming that the teen stress experience is so similar to that of adults. It is even more concerning that they seem to underestimate the potential impact that stress has on their physical and mental health. To stop this cycle that teens seem to be stuck in, we need to promote early education with realistic goals and expectations that will create a real-world connection. Worksheets and videos do not have the impact that is necessary to promote this change. Educating youths on the dangers of using substances, not only in the present, but in the future, is crucial to create this change. Following this education will be decreased use, which will also, in turn, decrease the impact of peer pressure. These steps are needed in order to change the society we live in and create a better future for our generation. Thank you.